Any Kenny Rogers fans? Well, I'd like to apologize in advance for what you're about to hear. On a warm and stormy evening, on a train bound for Frisco, I met a kindly old man who sat across from me. He leaned across the aisle, and his face lost all expression. And then he looked me in the eye, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I have a hobby of reading people's faces and knowing what they've eaten by the way they held their eyes. And if you don't mind me saying, I see you're out of Beano, and if you let one slip right now, I wouldn't be surprised. You got to know when to hold them, know when to blow them, know when to blame the dog, know when to run. You never let one go. When you're sitting at the table, there's a time and a place for tooting when the meal is done. Now some folks, they don't bother with manners or discretion. They don't care who they may offend or who may hear the sound. And other folks are stealthy, you never hear it coming. They quietly will leave the room, and then it knocks you down. You got to know when to hold them, know when to blow them, know when to blame the dog, know when to run. You never let one go. When you're sitting at the table, there's a time and place for tooting when the meal is done. Now when we reached the station, he rose and put his hat on. He took his bag, he shook my hand, and then he said goodbye. And outside on the platform, a woman shrieked and fainted. He turned his head and winked at me and walked into the night. Now many years have passed, and many things I've eaten, Polish food and Mexican and sweet and sour rice. And sometimes when I feel the urge, I think back to that train ride and the kindly old stranger who gave me this advice. You got to know when to hold them, know when to blow them, blame the dog, know when to blame the dog, when to run, know when to run. You never let one go. When you're sitting at the table, there's a time and place for tooting. When the meal is done, you got to know when to hold them, know when to blow them, know when to blame the dog, know when to run. You never let one go. When you're sitting at the table, there's a time and place for two. When the meal is done, there's a time and place for tooting. When the meal is done.
That's good songwriting right there.
That's what that is. All right.
We didn't tell you wouldn't laugh, did we, huh?